Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deana. If you don't know me already, you may know me as the Ultimate Manifester on Instagram. If you don't follow me already, make sure you go ahead and do so on there. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to let you guys know two things. Number one, my custom affirmation tapes are finally back. They are back for good. And I am accepting new affirmation tape clients now. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you go to the description box and find the link below and you will be able to get yours. If you're not sure, if you're not really familiar with what that is, it is a process of shifting your belief patterns while you're asleep at night. And you can find YouTube videos that will do that for you, but these are customized to you. You fill out a whole questionnaire, and I actually go in and kind of see your blind spots and see what needs to be added into that tape so that when you go home and you're sleeping at night, those beliefs are being shifted perfectly, exactly the way they need to be for you. So they're very unique. This is not something you're gonna get anywhere else. There's a limited quantity of them, of course, because I do take a lot of time to make them and I put my heart and soul into them. So they're very important to me and yeah, they're very special. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you go ahead to my description box below to get yours. And I also have 3 mentorship spots still available. It's by application only, so they don't get filled up super quickly just because I have to make sure, we're an aligned match. We have to make sure that, you and I are going to work well together. So that is open if you think that we would be a good match. If that's something you desire, a deeper mentorship container, then go ahead and apply for that. I'll leave that in my description box below. And mentorship now does come with custom affirmation tapes, so you will get that included in your mentorship. So pretty cool stuff going on. I wanted to talk today about what to do in the face of adversity. If you guys have been watching my past couple videos, follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I've been talking a little bit about some adversity that I faced these past few months and not necessarily handling it the way I would tell you guys to. And it took me a minute to really catch myself and see why my circumstances were perpetuating themselves and things weren't changing. I was getting very, very frustrated and going back to some of that victim mindset stuff that I worked really hard to get out of, but I'm almost glad now that it happened so that I could really see the difference between how to actually face adversity and what actually happens when you don't face it properly. When I say adversity, I mean like circumstances, things that are just going batshit crazy in your life. There just might be some circumstances going on. It could be in your relationships, it could be in your finances, it could be in your business, it could be, whatever it is that is just throwing you the fuck off and it's driving you crazy because you're not making the choices to stay stable in those moments of adversity. And I don't expect you to, crazy shit happens and you just have no emotion. That's not what we're talking about at all. This is just being very aware of the emotions, of the feelings that are arising when circumstances are literally in your face. Because as in your face as they are, you still have a choice on how you want to associate them with yourself, and how you want to use them to support you moving forward. So when some circumstances are showing up in your life, how do you want to start actually approaching them? Well, first of all is to notice that the circumstances that are arising in your life are purely due to just old beliefs and bullcrap that you used to really feed into. And when they continue to show up in your life as a pattern, they are a lesson. They are something that you need, that you have the opportunity, like God, whatever you believe in, is giving you the opportunity to shift, to make a different response towards it, so that that circumstance starts to diminish and go away. So when circumstances are in your face, this is how you have to start handling them if you don't want them in your life anymore. You have to be able to look at them and be like, okay, like I got you. I got you. Like, be happy, because that circumstance showing up is literally your fucking opportunity to move forward. Like, it's your opportunity to go forward. So to be able to stand there and accept the circumstance for what it is and not make it mean anything about yourself, to not make it mean anything about where your life is going, to not make it mean whether or not your desires are going to unfold for you or not, is the place that you want to be in. So when something arises and you get that anxious, nervous, stomach, heart dropping feeling in your body, that is an opportunity for you to breathe and literally just accept it. This is how that usually looks for me. So like, say this is a circumstance just like showing up in my face, I'll literally be like, okay, I got you. I'm going to move forward even more now. Like, you want to get this close to my face? Okay, I'm going to push even more forward now, and I'm not going to accept this as final. I'm going to choose to make a different response. I'm going to choose to not give my attention to this. I'm going to choose to take my focus off and put it on something completely different, where this circumstance is not in my awareness at all whatsoever. And I'm going to choose to put my focus on something that is going to help me stay internally stable in my mind and in my body, so that I can, when I can reapproach this with a completely different understanding and awareness. But that choice to have a circumstance in your face like this and accept it and not scream at it and not flip the freak out and not choose to perpetuate the circumstance by reacting to it and giving it all your energy, is what's going to break the cycle of those circumstances showing up in your face. Literally, like, you have to make the choice in that moment. That's where your awareness is going to come in, to be able to look at something and be fully aware of how it's making you feel. Even if it's making you feel like shit, that's okay. Having that awareness of how it's making you feel and still choosing, regardless, to go put your attention on something else that is healthy and feels better for you. That is how you don't perpetuate the cycle. That's how you don't get stuck in feeling like shit. That is how you are going to start approaching all your circumstances if you want them to move on and you want to manifest something new in your life. You can't react and give your energy and attention to the same things that you don't like. How does that make, if you have already been doing that, if your circumstances are already perpetuating and every single time they've shown up, you've given them your full energy and attention and they haven't gone away, what makes you think that continuing to do that is going to make anything change? It's not. Something has to be different. There has to be a break in the cycle. So that's why you are going to instead be able to look at that circumstance in the face, accept it. Okay, this is happening right now. Cool. I'm putting my focus on this instead. I am going to go for a walk. I am going to go tidy my house. I am going to go build something, cook something, go to the gym, something else that has nothing to do with that. So that your nervous system can restabilize. This could be dance. I'm a dancer. I will go throw on some bops, some Taylor Swift, whatever it is, and go dance it out. I will do a meditation. I will do breath work. I never skip my breath work anymore. I do not skip my breath work anymore. It's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. And I do it again during the day. Go do some breath work. Go do something else. Because that awareness that caused all the circumstances is not going to be the same awareness that creates what you want to create. It's just not. It's very simple in theory. Is it a little bit more difficult to practice? Absolutely. But you have a choice. Do you want to experience what you want to experience? Do you want to keep feeling like shit? Or do you want to experience everything in abundance, consistently feeling pretty good? You don't have to feel good every day, but consistently feeling good. You have to do something different. It's easy to gain clarity on what you're doing. Circumstance, okay, I'm accepting you. I'm accepting this for what it is. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not screaming at you. You're not getting my energy. You're not getting my attention. I'm walking away. I'm taking all this with me and putting it on something else. Why is that so important? Because when we restabilize, when we are able to get ourselves back into a calm, cool, collected place, it's like this filter kind of just comes off and we can now see things differently for what they really are. And these circumstances are not going to continue coming into our awareness if they're not getting any of our energy. Things need your energy to stay alive. When it's not getting your energy, it has nothing to feed off, so it goes away. That's how this stuff works. That's how you manifest consistently in flow and enjoy your manifestations in a healthy, sustainable way. Because you can absolutely have manifestations, desires, materials, whatever it is, show up in your life and be absolutely miserable. That's a possibility too, but who the hell wants that? You can have it all. You can have it all. You can enjoy everything you're accepting and receiving. And you do that by focusing on how you're feeling and how you are approaching what is showing up in front of you. So that's your lesson. That's what I want you to start doing. If you're not doing that already, make sure you get on it and do it for a little bit. It's not going, especially in the beginning, like if you're just starting this work, it's not going to be something that is going to change like instantly, but it can happen pretty quickly depending on how determined, disciplined you are to this process. So go ahead and start just looking at adversity with nothing but acceptance and taking your focus and putting it on something else. That's it. I'll see you guys next time.